southbound side.
Traffic jams in Dallas.
That's causing a slow-moving backup.
Aren't always caused by cars and SUVs.
There will always be enduring interest in President Kennedy.
Foot traffic clogs the sidewalks in one particular part of town every November.
You feel it.
Especially this year.
The president's car is now turning onto Elm Street.
At the corner of Elm and Houston.
So this is where everyone went afterwards.
Camera-toting visitors like the Beckers from Goochland gathered to reflect.
That's cool. I remember when it happened, my mom sitting on the sofa crying. I do remember that.
Something has happened in the motorcade route. Stand by, please.
The past is drawing Ed and Carolyn to Dealey Plaza, where President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. From the grassy knoll and old book depository building to alleged assassin Lee Harvey Oswald's gravesite and the former Hotel Texas, where President Kennedy would deliver his last speech.
And the crowd is absolutely going wild.
Tourists yearn to see the sites tied to the infamous crime, an event seared into their memory.
This is a friendly crowd in downtown Dallas.
I was 11 years old when it all happened. I remember it very well.
Painted X's on Elm Street on Dealey Plaza mark the spots where bullets struck the president, providing a macabre photo op.
In a way, it gives me kind of like, it gives me like still a sad feeling.
As the 50th anniversary approaches, some people with personal ties to the assassination are returning too.
This is where it happened.
This is it. This is where Kennedy was killed.
Texan James Tagg was the third person wounded that dreadful day when a piece of concrete or bullet hit him in the face.
Yeah, that's me standing right there.
James says his hometown has never quite fully recovered.
The city's got a bad name about it because they tried to act like it didn't happen.
Overlooking Dealey, the sixth-floor museum, where 1,600 visitors a day peer out of the same windows used by Oswald.
Deep grief, of course, not only affected the city, but the nation and the world.
The museum's executive director, Nicola Longford, says the exhibit can be a place of healing.
In spite of a tragic event, we are confronting this terrible event, and it's helping the community come together.
He and Mrs. Kennedy.
Former CBS anchor Dan Rather was in Dallas and led the network's coverage during that tumultuous time.
I do have very vivid memories of the day, but some memories are beginning to fade.
Walter, we have some additional film.
Rather says the assassination took but a few seconds, but altered the lives of so many forever.
It changed me as a person, it changed me as a professional. You can't go through that kind of experience and come out the other end the same person.